What's up, y'all? This is Duana, aka Glamazon1026, and welcome back to the Glam Room. Today we're going to be doing a take-in, take-down. I'm gonna do this voiceover because while I was taking them out, I couldn't remember what I wanted to say, and there was so much information I didn't want to forget. So I said, you know what? Why don't I just write it all down, do a voiceover so I don't forget anything if you guys are planning on doing your tape-ins by yourself or taking them out by yourself. At this point in time, I believe I had my tape-ins in for 5 weeks. This is right after I got over my bronchitis, and I wanted to give my hair a really good washing because I was sweating out everything because of the fevers and whatnot. So I got this Big Kizzy Hair Release and Reuse 2-step program. One of them is a releaser. It releases the tapes, and the other one is a residue remover. What I found was that taking out the tapes by themselves is fairly easy, but the residue stuck in your hair, if you try to comb it out without anything in it, that is what will pull your hair out. So I have those two things plus this rat tail comb to go in between the sandwiches and kind of loosen them up so I can pull them out. So first thing, you need to use the release and just spray a liberal amount on the actual tapes. And then I just let it sit. One good thing to remember is that if you spray it on your hair and it has a little bit of resistance, do not pull the tapes out. Just keep spraying a little bit more. See, there's a little bit of resistance there. So I'm gonna go back in and spray some more so that I don't pull out my hair when I'm trying to take the tape-ins out. It really does a great job of loosening that tape. And then I'll pull from the ends so that my hair doesn't come out, and I'm going to show you what the tape-ins look like and if any of my hair came out with them. I'm not going to say no hair came out, but very, very little hair came out actually on the tape. And I thought that was my hair, but that is actually part of the tape-ins that got stuck together in that section. And so now you see I'm trying to comb out the residue, and it's very, very difficult. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a dropper. Well, I tried to use the spray, but I felt like it wasn't coming out enough for me. So I got a dropper and I used that and I put it on my hair where the tape-in was, and I just massaged that in for a second and tried to loosen up the residue with my fingers, and then I combed it out with my Felicia Leatherwood brush. This is a very, I was very dubious when I got it because people on Amazon were like, oh, it doesn't work, blah, blah, blah. But it really, really worked very well to take these tape-ins out of my hair. Look how easy that goes through now. So now I'm just gonna completely do that whole thing to the rest of my head. I apologize for this part. I had it at a good angle, and then I don't know, I just got into it. I forgot I was filming, and my head was down because I was looking in the mirror that was on my lap. It was a lot. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the tape-in video, but while we're doing that, I'm going to give you some tips for your actual tape, for when you're putting the actual tape-ins in your hair so that they last longer and you have a good experience with them. So first things first, if you watch my original video, you would see that I said that I did not flat iron my hair very well because I didn't know if it needed some actual resistance to the tape-ins or whatever. That was a mistake. I should have flat ironed my hair as well as I wanted it to, because what happens is as time goes on and you sweat in your hair, I don't know if y'all sweat in your hair, but I sweat in my hair a lot. So my hair got curlier and curlier, or it reverted rather, and it was very difficult for me to get a sleek style because of my roots. And while this is, kinky straight hair, so it's not supposed to be sleek, sometimes I wanted a sleeker look. Anyway, what I ended up doing was putting a lot of heat on the actual tapes, which made them get curly. In a few seconds, you will see what I mean when I say it made them get curly. It kind of became like accordions almost. And that wasn't really good. And it was hard for me to slick it back in a bun. It was hard for me to put it down in a ponytail because the ends of the tapes were actually flipped up, as you can see, or flipped down or whatever. They're not straight anymore, basically. And so you don't want to put too much heat on your actual tape-in tapes when they are in your hair. So like I said, I had my tape-ins in for about 5 weeks, and I washed it 2 times in that 5 weeks. And what I realized is that because I had left hair in between the rows, it was very difficult when I washed my hair and to get it straight again. It was very difficult to get those roots straight, and they kind of got matted and tangled. You can see it here as I am spraying down this one. The roots of my actual hair kind of got stuck to the other part of the tape-in. So the next time I did my hair in the tape-ins, I didn't leave any spaces between the rows, and that is actually really working well for me. I think that it's just personal preference, especially just depending on the texture of your hair, because once it got matted and tangled, I tried to comb it out and I felt like it was breaking a little bit more than it already has been breaking, because, you know, my hair is really damaged right now. But also, I felt like I had to use more heat, which again made the actual tapes curly, which, you know, you don't want. Another tip I have, and this is probably like common knowledge, but like I was treating this like it was my real hair. Like I was just combing from the roots. Do not comb from the roots. Comb from the bottom. And I wasn't holding some of my hair when I was first combing it, and so I actually yanked a tape-in out, roots and all, by not doing that and just like brushing however I felt like brushing. So make sure that you hold the hair when you're brushing it. Make sure that you start brushing from the tips and not the roots, so that the brushes and combs don't get tangled up in the tapes and you're not pulling out any hair. I also tried very hard not to use excess heat on the actual tape-ins like when I was washing it. So if I was blow drying it, I used the blow dryer on a cool setting, because again, you don't want to put too much heat on the tapes, because, you know, it's tape, it's adhesive. When you heat it up, it's gonna like slip and slide and like fall down, and like, so you don't want that. So just use a little bit of heat. If I could, I'd wash my hair one night and kind of like towel dry it and then like twist it or braid it, and then the next day is when I would actually use the blow dryer on the cool setting to get it a little bit straight, and then go in and flat iron it. That seemed to work really well. The last tip that I have, and it probably should have been at the top, was instead of using the Babyliss or Baby Bliss or however you pronounce it, flat iron to seal the tapes, I should have used a clamping tool. And I've seen people use this, but I didn't have enough time to get it by the time I wanted to put my tape-ins in. So I just used the flat iron. I got one on Amazon for about $50, but if you plan ahead, you can get them cheaper, way cheaper on AliExpress. They just take about a month to come in. I didn't have that much time when I wanted to redo my tapes, so I just bought the one that was on Amazon. So here I am after all of the tape ends have been removed. I am brushing out my hair to make sure there's no residue before I wash my hair. There really wasn't that much left in. The Big Kizzy residue remover did a really, really good job. I had very little hair loss taking these tape ends out. It was about as much as I would have had if I had in like box braids or some other protective style. And so I was really, yeah, see, look, it's not that much. And that's just from one half of my head. After I removed my tape-ins, I washed my hair. I let it breathe for about a week, quote unquote, breathe for about a week. And then I put the tape-ins right back in because I really, really, really love this style, y'all. Probably will do it for the rest of the summer until I feel like I'm tired of combing hair. So anyway, guys, that is all I have for you today. Hopefully you guys learned something. If you guys liked this video, let me know down in the comments. If you have any other questions, you can ask me down there and I'll be sure to get to you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, click the notification button so that you can be a part of the Glam Fam, the most fabulous, the most glamorous community here on YouTube, and know exactly when I upload. Also, don't forget to follow me on all major platforms at Glamazon1026, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.